Hi there,
Hello and welcome to Luna.
and the Druid. This week, it's all about the Spring Equinox, and we're moving into Aries energy.
Yeah. Before we jump in, I would love to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining us tonight, whoever is watching. And if you're watching it another time, you're so welcome in this beautiful and magical space. Thank you. Say hi if you're live. You know, guys, that we love to interact with you in the comments. Yes, spring equinox, a really potent time of
Mhm.
new beginnings, starting fresh, growing, but first planting seeds.
Yeah,
Richard
definitely.
says, hello, Luna. Hi, Jan. And Suzanne also says, hi. Hello, lovely. So wonderful
Hello,
to
Richard.
have
Hello,
you with us.
Suzanne. Yeah, and it's just not the Spring Equinox because when we have the Spring Equinox, we get some kind of new year because in big astrological traditions, it's the start of the zodiacal year of the astrological year. You know, when you read. Um, uh, and a zodiac blog, it always starts with Aries and ends with Pisces, and so that's how the wheel of astrology revolves from Aries to Pisces, and so it's also a bit of New Year. And we have many New Years. Of course, we have our own New Year. In the Druid tradition, we always say Happy New Year at Samhain, at Halloween, and now as astrologers we say Happy New Year, Happy New Circle around the clock.
Yes,
And
definitely connected to the cycles of Mother Nature and the moon and springtime, the rebirth time. So, absolutely. But what actually spring equinox is, it is that moment when the day and night are equal in length.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that symbolizes the balance between light and the darkness. And from now on, the day will be longer, so we will receive more light. We will be on the lighter side of the
yeah,
year, which marks growth. And
yes,
in Ireland, one of my favorite things, which is a really long, bright day. Yay!
yes. Yeah. Now this week we have the balance. So we have the 12 hours day and 12 hours nights, and we're growing there. So it's important to make the effort to create some balance right now in your current reality. And yeah, that's something that was done long time ago. You know, the spring equinox and the autumn equinox are have been celebrated through the ages, because this was the time when we really started planting, and we saw, so you see it in, especially in the standard Druidic ritual, always part of this ritual, and that's one of the things you can do at home, by purposefully, by with intention, by with affirmations. Take a little pot, put in some soil, put in some ash or some fertilizer, and then plant a nice seed, for instance, like a pea or something, or a bean. So that's a nice big seed. Plant it there, firm it, and put it away with intention that this is your season of growth. So
Wow,
that's a very lovely ritual. Yeah, and
beautiful.
there's many things you can do in this time. Um, let go let go of thoughts that serve you no longer. Do a spring clean of your home and your life. Spend some time uh, thinking about what really matters in your life. And then, of course, when you've cleaned up, this is a new year, this is a new cycle. Start new projects. Um, I know we are in winter. We are very more or less kind of reluctant to start up real big things. We go with the flow. We go from the darkness into light, and now it's the real time to set your intentions and start up some stuff. Celebrate what is working, give thanks to what's working, and do more of that. And spend time outdoors in the sunlight. go in nature, or do as Luna, go to the beach. You have a lovely beach nearby there, one of the most beautiful beaches in Ireland, they're renowned. And yeah,
You just revealed my biggest secret, the best place on earth.
yeah,
Hopefully, we can erase that.
yeah,
Anyway, um,
yeah.
and this is exactly what I was doing today, because for the first time in a really long time, it was warm enough so I could take some of the clothes and feel more of the sunshine energy and the vitamin D on my skin out of the natural source. And I was recharging and charging. And yes, guys, it's official. Spring is here. You can feel it in the air. And
Yeah.
in pagan and Wiccan traditions, Spring Equinox is connected to Ostara, which is celebration of fertility, of abundance, of celebrating the growth. So it's a really potent time to manifest. And what I love to do is on a Spring Equinox Eve, so on the 20th of March in the evening, I like to write a letter to myself talking about something I want in my life, but I use past time, like it's already happened, like it's my reality, and I express my gratitude for this wonderful thing. And doing that may create some extra magic in your life. So take advantage of that if you're watching this before Spring Equinox, before the night of Spring Equinox, which is tomorrow in real time.
Yeah.
Thursday evening, at least on this side of the hemisphere. Yes, take advantage of that and bring some extra things into your life, because why not?
Yeah, it's a good time to start stuff. And Iron Firehorse is here too. Hello, Luna and Jan. She
Hi.
says, "Hello, Iron. How are you?
So
Great
lovely
to
to
have
see
you
you.
all here, and great to have all these other people watching." Um, so Aries time as well.
Mm.
Aries, depending on the tradition, which or depending on um, the position of the sun in the sky, Aries would start like normally we in the books it says it's the 21st of March, but in reality it can change a little. We have even Aries starting some traditions in the 19th of March, so that's today. So um, a good time to look at the energy of Aries and what can we do for ourselves to embrace this lovely energy of Aries. And with that in mind, what do you think brings the Aries season? What's specific? Not Equinox, but Aries. It's the same time. What's specific for Aries?
I'm so glad you asked that question. I even was rubbing my hands because, first of all, Aries is ruled by Mars, masculine energy, energy of doing, fire energy. Fire is associated with that. And to me, Aries represents new beginnings, leadership, and courage, like almost to a very bold action orientated movement and action and initiative. When an Aries makes a decision, it's like no time between the decision and taking action towards it. The decision making process is a different story, and that can take a while, especially to an Aries. But the moment they know what they want, is just like a ram going forward, head front, going, doing. So in Aries season, it's the best month and the best zodiac sign to start taking action towards your dreams, some projects you've been wondering and planning to do for a while. This is the fast paced energy, like boom, 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 very bold, very encouraging, to take action, especially towards our dreams and move
Yeah,
forward with confidence, because Aries will be bold, will be very um, cocky actually sometimes. So that's a wonderful energy to tap into and take advantage of.
Yeah.
especially when manifesting and creating. Very masculine energy.
Yeah.
Connected with one of the tarot cards.
The Tower, and of course the Emperor.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Emperor, the Emperor is the card
Of
of
the
Aries, but
emperor.
the Mars energy comes from the Tower, and the Tower is the end of something. So in this case, the end of winter. Winter comes
Mhm.
crashing down, and boom, we start uh, stepping out of our comfort zones. What we get away, we do away with the comfort zone altogether. Together with the box, everything goes out of the window, and
Mm,
boom, we start with a blank slate.
yeah.
And yeah,
The one of the key energies, which is, in my opinion, not talked enough about Aries energy in general, is that sense of independence. Um, Aries energy is very self-reliant. So this will encourage us to trust our own instincts more. Aries is
yeah,
not consulting anybody else. They are just making their own decisions because they know that the guidance comes from within.
yeah,
And it's all often led by passion, and that passion is motivation. So it's the time where those two aspects will be very highlighted, and it's important to tap into this energy, especially right now. Follow the excitement, find a way around things we not necessarily like to do but have to, and tapping into that energy of how we could make it more fun and enjoyable, and that's going to
yeah.
move us forward in this time, for
Yeah.
sure.
So it's about going on an adventure, and the
Mhm.
adventure
Yeah.
is starting as we speak. Starts today.
And following the desire, absolutely.
Yeah,
So how to work with positively with that energy, because obviously it can be used as a source of our power. It can also turn against us, but how to work with it positively? Well, first of all, take bold action. Stop thinking small, bold action. This is the time to say yes to any opportunity which arises, and it's also a good time to create opportunities yourself, taking things into your hands, like launching a project, starting a new habit, starting a new business, starting a new product, series of products, whatever is that, it's within you and it's your dream. Take action today, a one step which will bring you closer to that dream. And I guarantee you, if you do take any action immediately, almost within
yep,
this time, things will grow faster. And step out of your comfort zone. That would be another thing, because this energy will help us to break free from fear, to embrace challenges with courage. But in order to do that, we have to trust our instincts. We have to listen to our intuition, listen to that inner fire within us, that gut feeling we all have, because it's just the way our body is communicating with us. And also move your body, because the energies, especially now, are pretty intense. So it is important to get rid of some of the excess of that energy by moving either gently your body, or dancing, or doing something more heavy, like, I don't know, weightlifting, or plunging into a cold water. Something extreme for the body would be nice as well around this time.
yeah. So that's a real wake up call.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mm.
So how do we, as readers, approach the Aries time?
Mm.
Shall we do something like a tarot reading and
Yeah,
an
absolutely.
oracle reading? Because today I think would be a good day. We talked about it this earlier, that we're doing a lot with tarot. Um, we haven't put too much effort and too much attention to oracle cards, and maybe we can show a bit of the difference of how to approach things, and what's the difference between the tarot and the oracle. And for that, I think maybe the good thing would be to start with just a reading. How about that?
Yeah, well, that's the plan. So today we will pull tarot, and then using the same questions, we'll also perform a reading using oracle cards,
Yeah.
answering the same questions. So you could see live how this can work together or separately. I'm really looking forward to for tonight because there's going to be a lot of cards being read,
Yeah.
and that's what we love here.
Yeah.
So buckle up for some fun.
For some fun. Yeah. I
Yeah,
have
let's start with tarot and
yeah,
see
I've laid out a
what.
spread and I can share it because I
Mhm.
made it into a slide. And this is the Aries tarot spread. I'm just not going to bother first reading all the 7 questions. We just start with question 1, card number 1, and then go all the way down to number 7. For the ones who know the glyph of Aries, the spread is called the Aries spread. You see the head in the middle, and then the 2 arches going left and right. A 7 card spread, and we start with the first question. And the first question is, what needs to be expressed at this moment? And the card I pulled for that is the card on the left side of the spread, and it's the Queen of Swords. She asks you to clearly articulate your truth without hesitation. This card encourages sharpness of mind, clarity of expression, and the courage to speak honestly, even when your message may feel uncomfortable or challenging. Just badass straightforwardness. There's an urging here to step forward boldly with your intellectual authority, to set firm boundaries and to convey wisdom openly and without compromise. Express your authentic voice confidently, valuing precision and integrity. So it's all about honesty and straightforwardness. That's what you need to express right now. The second card, in what way do I lead others? And here we have the only major arcana card in the spread, and that's the Chariot. So this is one of the key cards in the spread. So this card highlights your strength as a confident and determined leader who guides others through sheer force of will and clear intention. It's will and intention. You lead by demonstrating focus, resilience, and the ability to unify opposing energies or viewpoints towards a shared goal. Shared goals. Others look to you because you consistently embody courage, directness, and momentum. Your leadership inspires people to move forward powerfully, leaving doubts and hesitations behind, guided by your clear vision and purpose. So here you already see this Aries energy is very much about boom, here I am, here I stand. Uh, the third card, in what way am I persistent? In what way am I headstrong? And that's the card on the ultimate right, the red one with the flame. And the card is the Princess of Wands. She points to a fiery spirit of adventure, creativity, and enthusiastic impulsivity. You're headstrong when you're fueled by passion, instinctively taking action or boldly exploring new ideas, often regardless of conventional wisdom or cautionary devices. With this passionate energy, it will make you fearless and daring. It sometimes leads to impulsiveness or resistance to slowing down or accepting caution from others. But recognize when your fierce independence enhances your path and when it might serve you to pause briefly to consider advice or a broader perspective. Ooh. The fourth card, self reflection. What do I demand of myself? And the card pulled for that one is the Princess of Swords. So you demand from yourself relentless curiosity, intellectual clarity, and uncompromising honesty from yourself. She embodies intellectual bravery, insisting you remain open minded, continuously questioning your assumptions, and challenging your own thought processes. You hold yourself to a high standard of truthfulness, critical thinking, and intellectual integrity, consistently pushing yourself to learn, grow, and speak your mind openly, even when facing opposition or discomfort. And as you can see, that the Princess of Swords has a similar energy as the first card, the Queen of Swords. And of course, they're related, these cards, and they're both, yeah, I would say badass cards, real badass cards. Then, where fifth card? That's the one in the middle, the one with the big Ace of Cups there. Where does ambition lead me? It leads you towards deep emotional fulfillment, spiritual awakening, and creative inspiration, symbolized beautifully by the Ace of Cups. Rather than merely achieving its external accolades, your true ambition moves towards emotional authenticity, abundant creativity, and a sense of inner wholeness and joy. Your goals are not purely material or superficial. Instead, your ambition aligns with your personal growth, loving connections, healing, and overflowing sense of emotional and spiritual abundance. Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. What a lovely card. What a powerful balance to the badasses of the princesses and the queen, and where you um, combine fiercelessness with love and gentleness. The sixth question is, when am I most effective? And for that one, we pulled the Six of Swords, also known as the Lord of Science. You are most effective when your actions combine rational thought with intuitive understanding. So, mind and intuition. The Six of Swords signifies clear reasoning, analytical clarity, and balanced communication. It's a card that resides in Mercury. You thrive when your mind is calm, organized, and strategic. And at your best, you are capable of smoothly navigating conflicts or complex situations through clear headedness and, especially, wisdom. Your greatest effectiveness emerges from situations requiring intellectual harmony, problem solving, and blending logic and intuition seamlessly. Wonderful. So, question number 7: how am I courageous? How do I courageously uh, move into this Aries energy? So, your courage arises from your capacity for emotional vulnerability, openness, and heartfelt connections. This card here, the last card, the card at the bottom, the Two of Cups, it represents deep emotional bravery, the willingness to be vulnerable, to risk being judged and seen by others, and to fully embrace love, compassion, and partnership, even when this involves potential emotional risk or exposure. True courage in your context is not just in bold external actions, but also deeply anchored in your ability to embrace genuine intimacy, compassion, and emotional connection with others. Your strength lies in your willingness to open your heart fearlessly and fully. Hmm,
Thank
lovely
you.
Aries energy. Yeah, you're welcome.
That's an interesting one. While you were doing your reading, I was pulling actually cards on my side, so I already know the answers of the oracle. But perhaps I'll leave it as a cherry on top of this dessert, because before I jump into reading oracle cards, I would like to talk about them first a little bit,
Okay,
because
that's good.
oracle cards are cards, yes, but they are so different. And as you could see, reading tarot can be really precise, can be really on spot and bring a lot of answers. But also oracle cards, because it is a divination tool that provides guidance, insights, clarity, but they work in a different way. And today I want to explore, because I'm a total oracle lover, because oracle offers more flexibility than tarot, because tarot is more of a structured system. And the more structured you use it, the go deeper you can go with tarot,
Mhm.
actually.
Mhm.
However, oracles give more room to personal interpretation, and they're more intuitive, which I personally, this is my style of reading cards using intuition. So there are some key differences between tarot and oracle cards. And the first thing is what I mentioned is the structure itself, because every tarot deck, it doesn't matter what's the author, what's the artist, every deck contains 78 cards by rules. Obviously, some authors will add an extra card here and there. However, the traditional one is the 70 system of the 78 cards, 22 major, and then minor arcanas as well. And oracle cards don't have a fixed structure. Decks can vary in number of cards, themes, the way we can work with them, answers they bring. Here, there is no limit except humans' creativity in creating them. In tarot, symbolism has deep archetypal meaning. There is numerology included, there are suits, wands, energies, there is a connection with the astrology, Kabbalah. Tarot goes deep. Within the oracle cards, however, they are more open ended. Um, they may be based on words, pictures, things combined, messages, like literally messages as sentences. Um, there is that vast potential of creativity within oracle cards. Same with tarot, don't get me wrong. However, here is the structure versus the more flexibility. And another thing I see differences is in the way we interpret them. Because with tarot, obviously, we can read it intuitively, but most of tarot readers will somehow stick to that traditional way of reading tarot with certain meanings with the cards. And that requires at least some study. It's really difficult to read, to be a good tarot reader without knowing tarot. Um, Obviously, intuition is a key, but the more you know about the cards, the more you understand, and the more and the better, the deeper you study tarot, the better you become at reading it. That's so super simple. Um, but oracle cards are more intuitive. They can be more literal, or they can leave room and space. Um, oracle, every oracle card a deck is maybe very unique because it depends on the person who creates that. There is not that structure. So it can be used freely within the reading. So it's easier to start reading it. And perhaps for those who would love to have some experience with cards, but are not drawn to tarot, I recommend starting the journey with an oracle deck and
Yeah.
trusting our own intuition and learning. Because oracle can be used as, for example, pulling an intention for the day or finding a question to be answered. Because what I love in using and reading oracle cards is that they allow me to go deeper within a specific subject. Like, for example, I have decks which show me what needs to be surrendered. I have a deck which can help me to connect into the soul's journey. I have decks which connect with a heart which needs healing and gives super specific messages, which are always on point. I have decks connecting me with the energy of angels, certain even archangels like Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, that I can connect with them directly and pull messages from them. I use cards in coaching, so I also love metaphorical cards which work with subconscious as well. Sky is not a limit anymore. My shelf is a limit. and a space to keep my babies, because I
Yeah,
have way over 100 decks of tarot and oracles included. That's a wonderful connection. And recently I received a beautiful gift as well. So watch this space, because we will post few new deck reviews in the
sure.
foreseeable future.
Hey Luna, what always strikes me with when I I read the tarot, I like the structure, I like the depth of it, I like the unlimited, the infinite possibilities that you can create stories with tarot. What I find interesting in oracle decks, especially if there's lots of oracle cards or oracle decks that every card has an affirmation or every card already has a small story on it, so you don't need the guidebook. And I read tarot, of course, without guidebooks too. I you know that I even clip sometimes my tarot cards. I take the names off and the numbers. I just work with the images. And what I see in the oracle is that the image is important, what you see in the image, but the message, especially the affirmation, is important too.
Mm.
Not with all oracles, because, like you said, oracle is free flow, freestyle. Uh, it can be 20 cards, 30 cards. We have an oracle of the she in the house that contains over 100 cards, uh, and in different suits. So it can be it's a totally different world altogether. But what I really really like is to combine the combination of tarot and oracle occasionally, where you do a tarot reading. Sometimes a card is ambiguous, or a card doesn't really resonate with the with the querent. It says, yeah, but I don't get what you mean with this card. And then you pull an oracle card or a psi card with something extra, and boom, all at once
Mm.
the cards fall into place, the story falls into place, because there is no fixed meaning in the tarot. That's also fluent. And then, yeah, combining the combination is lovely too.
It's interesting that you said that occasionally you will pull oracle to back up the story, and to me that's my everyday bread. My every reading contains tarot cards and oracles as well. But that's me. Every reader has its different style. And actually, I love the comment from Claire here. Claire is in the house as well. So lovely to have you tonight with us. I'm not sure if the entire will be visible.
Yeah,
Between an oracle, I feel multilingual, but not fluent in any other language, which is so interesting, because there is no need to be fluent in oracle, because oracles depend on intuition and the way the reader interprets them rather than anything else. And they all carry energy. To me, reading cards is all about reading energies. At least that's how I work with that beautiful tool.
yeah,
Let me see. Um, Iron Firehorse says that she was thinking of getting tiny pocket tarot cards because she doesn't have much space. And I think that's a fabulous thing to do, to have a small version of tarot handy, ready for when you need it. And for what we know about your life, you might need it a lot, actually,
yeah.
in order to bring some clarity and peace into the magical carpet of chaos and creation.
So how about some oracle cards, Luna?
Yes. So while Jan was talking, I pulled few cards. Actually, you know what, guys? Before I jump into it, a few words about how actually to use oracle cards. Some practical tips, right? So, just like with tarot, we start with setting an intention, and before drawing any card, just to focus on the question, focus on the area of life you need guidance, or whatever you need from that card to be brought up to the surface. Of course, shuffle the deck It's up to you how you do it. I love to, when I connect with a new deck of cards, I love to put it on my heart, bring my intention, so it would help me to guide those who need guidance and come to me for receiving that. And then I shuffle. It's actually funny because there will be different decks I will shuffle completely in a different way. There will be different clients I will shuffle in a completely different way. So there is no one way of doing it. It's your way, and that is the right way. Then after asking and setting that intention and asking the question and shuffling the cards, it's either my cards usually fly out of the deck or stick out. For some people, you will feel that, okay, this is the card of the top I'm taking. Cards will communicate with you one way or another. And then draw a card and just read it. RDFC. Read the fabulous
Fabulous
cards.
card.
So yeah, you may feel drawn to particular card, few cards. You will feel it. You will know it. The cards will mark themselves, and then read the message, interpret that, reflect, and apply. You can journal about the cards, meditate on its meaning, or take action based on its guidance. And you can use questions like, what energy do I feel to focus on today? Or what message the universe have for me for today? What is the guidance? How can I overcome this challenge? What can help me to overcome this challenge? And what I love about Oracle is they're actually beginning friendly, highly intuitive, flexible for any situation. I use the same decks with every single client I have because it's just fabulous extra top up with messages and extra guidance on top of tarot.
Yep.
Great for emotional support, great for everyday use in guidance in within our own journeys, and goes fantastic with tarot. This is what I think love the most about Oracle decks, is that they are a wonderful team with tarot. And even Jan, who, when I met you, you were a very tarot orientated person. It makes me smile when I hear when you say that occasionally you pull an oracle as well. And I know that your collection of oracles is slowly but surely growing as
It
well.
is.
So it is a powerful tool, and how powerful I will demonstrate in a
Yeah.
second. Let me just see the questions, because I pulled same cards Jan did.
Some
And
questions.
answers to the questions, yes. And the first question is, what needs to be expressed at this moment? And I pulled the cards live so I could tap even deeper into the energy of those who are watching. And the answer to this question is to surrender. What needs to be expressed at this moment is to surrender, and release the need to control things. Trust that whatever you want to create, it's already yours. Because if you dream about it, it means that one part of you is already there because it's in the future. So right now, surrender the control, surrender the need to have everything under control and be the chariot, which is counterintuitive to the energy of the Aries itself. But right now, the universe is saying trust and surrender, and I will show you. Take inspired action on my guidance, but surrender and trust my guidance. Trust your own guidance. Trust what's within you, because you, as a person, influence and create your own life, yes, but you also have that influence on those who who you're surrounding yourself. Which leads us to the second question: in what way do I lead others? And first of all, using the same deck, which is one of my top 3 oracle decks, The Power of Surrender by Dr. Jordi Orlov. She's wonderful. And using the same deck, the message I have here is to surrender to joy and play. So by tapping into that more bright side of life, by embracing fun, embracing that adventurous side of ourselves and embracing that adventurous and joyful side of Aries. One of my really good friends is an Aries, and we always have so much fun together because Aries and Geminis are just adventure junkies. And when we're together, a lot of magic is creating. And tap into that energy. Be with those and celebrate the equinox with those who support you, motivate you, who you can have fun with. Or if you cannot be with other people, just surround yourself with things which make you joyful, which bring you joy to life. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy and savor it. Let the joy in, and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. And we have to remember that right now we're in the eclipse season between the lunar eclipse and the sun eclipse, which all astrologers I know say that it will be more challenging than the actual lunar eclipse, which, as you know, guys, last week it completely wiped me down. I was unwell to show up here, so I know something about it. So I don't want to even go into solar eclipse just yet. But hey, by embracing joy, by embracing the lighter side of life, surrendering to play, and take a break from overthinking a goal. Perhaps you're so manifesting, we are so obsessed about manifesting and making something happen that it's time to have a break and just put it aside. Playtime is of recreation and rejuvenation. So enjoy that spring, enjoy that sunshine, and also surrender to your soul's path. Your life's journey has been perfectly designed for your self growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So, by following your voice, by following your own intuition, and following your own inner calling, you will be able to find yourself in where you need to be in order to lead others and in order to help them perhaps and inspire them in their own transition, because there is no coincidence that people who join this beautiful family of Luna and the Druids and our beautiful viewers who show up every week, every Wednesday are here with us, is that we all shine these lights and we all are here to help each other and then inspire through going through our own experiences and motivating others and showing them that everything's possible and we can overcome a lot and then make some gold out of it. Moving on to third question, in what way am I headstrong? I got some interesting answers here because I got forgiveness and envy in a reverse, which means that perhaps there was something we had to forgive ourselves or others, and moving through that process and doing that, this is how we get back our full power and our full potential. And perhaps some of you already have surrendered those negative beliefs or comparison with others. And that's inspiring other people as well. And what do I demand on myself was the fourth question. And this is an interesting combination of 4 cards here. And I have here denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness, which means that this is a person who stops bullshitting themselves. Apologies, my language, but that's how the energy comes through. This is where we take our power back. This is where we open our eyes, we have our clarity, and like an Aries, we just take action. There is nothing which can stop us. There is nothing which can affect our belief that we can achieve that. We also have change here. So adapting to change, accepting that change is inevitable, because right now what's actually happening is the period of rapid growth, and growth always brings change. Is that tower card Jan mentioned here before? I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So surrendering to that movement, surrendering to those changes which are actually happening, it's an important part of our journey right now. I had loneliness here. I know that I am never alone. So perhaps right now you may be facing a challenging time, which will either show you that which will show you either that you're not alone, that there are people surrounding you, people you can count on. But also for some of you, I feel you may be the beacon light of light for those who feel lonely, and your presence can help those who are going through period of loneliness, period of darkness, and that's your superpower right now. And last but not least, I pulled abundance in reverse, and the card says I am limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Because it came out in reverse, the way I see it is that you're overcoming, and there is a chance for you to overcome those limiting beliefs, those things which keep you stuck, which the stories you were telling yourself about yourself, it's all crumbling down right now. And that's the moment where you take charge in. Um, Moving on to where does the ambition lead me is to heal what needs to be healed within the relationship, setting boundaries, moving on from whatever's toxic, because we have here surrender and healthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. So now you will find power to change whatever is and make changes within people you surround yourself, because we need to remember that the people we surround ourselves affect our energies. I actually watched a video recently of a woman talking about how surrounding ourselves within a close proximity with people who are achievers, who are successful, increase our performance by 15%. But if we surround ourselves with people who have, for example, low, they're low success driven, they're just like very not driven, our own productivity decreases up to 30%, 30. That's a lot. So it is important to have a look around and see who is affecting us in our lives. How those relationships which are nurturing, or are those relationships which are bringing us down? Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. And the second card, answering the question, is surrender low self-esteem, perhaps. And that's something I am observing right now in my close environment, especially within the feminine side of my friends, my beautiful people, is that we all hear at some level the self-worth, self-esteem. We start to rise within our beautiful light, stronger, and even more like this sunflower here. Convince yourself that you deserve success, love, and abundance, and set intention to identify and release any remains of low self-esteem. This is super important because Aries energy will help you to tap into that self-confidence, self-fire, that power within us. with when am I the most effective? My goodness, that's a big, long reading today. But hey, this what comes up from the guidance and the bowl. I pulled a few cards actually, so I'll do it quite quickly. Well, we're the most effective, especially right now when we surrender the drama. No matter what, no matter how emotionally charged the situation is, remain calm. And this will be really important in the next couple of days, weeks, to stay calm and centered. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And I want to show you the card really quickly. Also, surrendering the obsessive thinking and constantly going in your head about something, obsessing about the person or situation, um, won't help at all. So surrender that constant energy of planning and doing. And it's funny because my mind was taking me to a really funny journeys today of creating stuff which was interesting to observe, where and our brain and our mind unintended, where can actually it go. So that was a wonderful experience to me. We're the most effective if we allow ourselves to rest and rejuvenate our bodies, give ourselves time to just sleep, perhaps a little longer because that's necessary and maybe necessary. And if we give ourselves that energy of love and rest, we will be more productive and more effective in what we're doing. And last but not least, we're the most effective when we learn how to set our boundaries and set limits where it's necessary. Perhaps it's work which is overtaking your life, and you need to learn how to say no and how to protect that boundary. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships as well. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. So, in the Aries season, it will be important to also learn where is the boundaries and where to set no, because Aries can be very bold and very action orientated, and sometimes it may be a challenge, a problem, which it causes itself that restless energy. So remember to set boundaries and find time to rest, rejuvenate. This also will be important. And last but not least, how am I courageous? I'm using a different deck. There are 3 decks on the table tonight, and for that I have an orca whale adventure. And we said at the beginning that the Aries season is an adventurous one, and that energy of the Aries is adventurous one. So dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. So if somebody's planning a journey, absolutely don't doubt it. Just plan it, do it, and the universe will support you. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Again, confidence, that's what we can take from Aries and tap into that energy. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. What a beautiful reading and a beautiful message. I'll show you the orca whale here. Perfect. So that's me. My goodness, I need to
Wonderful.
grab a sip of water.
What a fabulous reading, Luna. What power comes from from these oracle cards. I couldn't believe
Yes,
it. Yeah,
yes.
it's it's an eye opener, I think, for some people.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully, as you can see, oracles can bring as much as the tarot can offer as well.
it's a different world altogether, and of course, it's very dependent on which oracle deck you pick, and um, uh, I have a very recent one. I might want to share with you that which is the Call of the Morrigan,
Mm.
a nice box with a nice big guidebook.
Show us more.
Shall I show some of the cards?
Yes, please.
Oh, look at it. Um, let's start with the shapeshifter. This is way different than the cards that you showed. This is way more tribal. And of course, there is a card for the tribe. It reminds me of Three of Cups a bit. Do you think? Don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. The three ladies celebrating together as a
Yeah,
tribe,
there
and
is the energy of the moon, which is the emotion which cups bring. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. And there's even a card from my backyard, which is the Peps of Anu, which is
Oh,
actually
wow.
yeah, a place I just go to for a walk from my
Wonderful.
house. I have
Wonderful.
the last house on the slopes of the Peps, so the last living living creatures live there, and the next you have the Peps. Um,
Mm,
Sometimes cards bring a story. For instance, this card, which shows battle. So they're not as peaceful as as your angelic cards. And of course, yeah, we have the Queen of Swords again. Up here it's victory. So interesting. The last two, uh, because you have the Call of the Morrigan. You have the Morrigan there, the Lady of Sovereignty.
mm,
Yeah, a proper queen or a proper empress idea. And the magician up here is the sorceress. So very feminine, very Irish cards. They talk about the places, they talk about the artifacts, they talk about the people, like or the gods and goddesses. Um, very, very interesting and a
wonderful.
new deck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's so great to see you using oracle cards as well.
yeah.
Claire is saying, have you ever seen the Tantric Daikini Oracle? No, I don't think so. I think the deck I have on my mind is actually a different one.
Mhm.
It is 64 cards and like tarot, but no cards. Well, we know what I'm gonna be doing just after we switch off live. We will be both with Jan going and checking out the deck. So
The,
thank
the,
you for
the, the country
recommendation. I'll
bikini, yeah.
definitely have a look at this one. And I saw a comment here, Claire, as well. This is a beautiful and very welcoming place to be. Claire is talking about Luna and the Druid, our beautiful collective here.
Of course, we are.
Yes, and Judith Orloff is a very inspired author and therapist. I had no idea she had oracle cards worth checking out. Oracle cards, books I actually use when I work with empaths. I have another deck of her talking about how an empath can take care of themselves as well. A wonderful, beautiful deck. And Iron Fire Horse says that surrender has been my mantra lately, which is fantastic. And that's a comment talking about the first card of my reading, which was a surrender card indeed. And as she said, it takes the weight off. Absolutely. Iron Fire Horse says, I've been doing a daily card pull because I'm not good at shuffling. I end with way more, but maybe there is more for you to be seen than just one card.
Mhm.
That's how cards communicate with me. I ask for one, but sometimes there is a lot of flying in, and I take them and welcome them because they all have a message.
Yeah.
Yes. So, my dear friends, that's it. And Claire says here, those cards were beautiful, Jan. I know where I'm heading afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
The
thing.
Call of the Morrigan. It's a beautiful deck. It's totally a totally different energy than the angelic cards and
Oh,
that,
yes,
that you have been
absolutely.
using. So that's how you can see that the spectrum of oracle cards is so extremely wide and so extremely different that there's an oracle deck
Yeah.
for everyone.
from fluffy and nice and sugar coated
Till-
to really dark. I have a deck dark and dangerous as well, which connects with all the dark archetypes. I have the Villains deck by Disney,
Ooh,
using all the black and dark characters from all the Disney's movies. So, and that's actually a tarot deck. So the sky isn't the
it's not
limit.
in it. No, sky is
The
not the
mind
limit.
is, and
So,
luckily humans are really creative in that area, which I really love. And I think they love that too, because they have a really good customer in me, as you can see behind me. And with that said, this is my favorite addiction, because I love my connection. I love a collection. I love my babies. I love my cards. This brings me so much joy and so much play into life, that I am
yeah,
actually enjoying the period of having few upcoming holistic fairs all over the island. So if you're in Ireland and would love to have a reading in person with either me or Jan, find us at the Mind Body Experience tour with an island. This week we're in Clonmel. That's Tipperary, I think.
yeah, yeah. And we're heading to
Yes,
Galway and Dublin soon, and
yes,
we'll be
Dublin,
all over
Cork.
yeah, all over the place until mid-November when we go for the winter break. We have a small summer break as well, and
Luna
uh,
and the Druid on tour for
on
sure.
tour. Yeah.
That's an island.
And look,
On
Iron, the top deck is there in big size and pocket size. Yeah.
yeah.
You're
So
thinking about getting a pocket size deck. Yeah, always do. It's easy to take with you.
yeah, I
And we get
actually have a pocket size tough deck as
now
well.
you have the medium. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Everyone is saying thank you and goodbye, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us, sharing that beautiful space. I
yeah.
love you. We love you, and see you next week.
See you next week.
Mwah.
Bye all. Bye bye.